Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again for the third part of our new Duke of Cornwall, Ordgar Abricot's reign. We are on a Majesty tour. We are attempting to consolidate our relationship with all of our vassals. Our very first vassal has become our best friend, but also decided to not give us the tribute we asked for. But hopefully the rest of our vassals will be a little bit more forthcoming. As a forgiving man, though, I don't think we're going to hold them much responsible if they decide to not. A foreign treat. So who is this? This is the one where they fall in love with somebody. The first thing we need to check to see if she's married. She is unmarried. And the second thing we need to check to see is that this is an important person. This is a random courtier in my entourage. Obviously, he's lusty. I mean, I could just tell her to come with me. This is the Earl over here of, he grew up to be a strapping young man. I bet he remembers the wrong done to him by our grandfather, but hopefully, by the looks of things, he doesn't hold us too much accountable for it. I mean, he has title claimant, but that's just a thing. You know, I don't want to push this guy's... Yeah, this guy's not important to me, I don't think. But you can... Yeah, you can just stay. You can just stay. Travel, weird whispers. I've noticed Samathan avoids me more than usual. She always sits the opposite end of the table whenever we're invited to a feast, and consistently refuses my company while camping. We may not have the best of relationships, but that attitude is starting to tire me, specifically when I overheard her defaming me. Ordgar is a false fool. I'd be way better Duke than him. It's a child. The zero baby is speaking in full words. Are you hallucinating, sir? It is the wind, you... Okay. Historically speaking, this is going to be the first time that I literally take this seriously. He imagined that a 0-year-old child is defaming him. You're hearing the wind, my friend. You're hearing the wind. It's the wind. Can you imagine if he explained that to anyone else? Earl Elfwolf's castle in Hampshire is marked with fanfare befitting the Duke of the Realm, and the locals are clearly awed by the grandeur of my pomp and my escort. Let's get to it. So far, so good. So far, so good. Now you and I have known each other for a long time. Your wife raised me. He just paid me 75 gold. Okay, that's all right. I find myself curious to see how the lowlifes of Hampshire live, so I pay a visit to an establishment where the locals seem to be growing quite rowdy. One man stands atop a table, commanding the attention of everyone in earshot. What do we even need an earl for? Aelwulf makes us fight his battles while he rests on his laurels, yet he expects our undying loyalty. Oh. Okay, so none of these immediately stands out as being good, but if we look at this one gives us a hint. It says it's bad to be forgiving makes us bad here, because it wouldn't be appropriate to forgive the peasants for speaking ill of their earl. So the best interpretation of this is that we trust the earl is doing a good job, so we will support him against his traitors. Arrest them. Okay. So far, so good. Sway compliments. I don't know. That's... It's a bit of a reach. I am too honest to call this man with this face and that beard handsome. I just am. I'm too honest. Sorry, sir, but you are not handsome. Earl Aethelwulf has been quite gracious, a host so far, showing me his lands and possessions with pride, so I'm immediately taken aback when he starts stammering and clearly trying to draw my attention away from an apparently unremarkable door we are passing by. Hiding something from me, Aethelwulf. A fellow connoisseur. So, because of our hunting trait, I didn't realize we actually got, yeah, because of our hunting trait, this is a good one. So he's basically like, we're going to talk about dogs. I think so. You know what the best thing about making friends with your vassals is? They cannot rebel. Also, it's nice to be friends with people that are going to be close to you for a while. And I mean, I don't think he's that young, but he'll be around for a bit. And he was a friend of, not quite a friend, but a good relation to our grandfather, a useful servant. So, yeah. The martial prowess of Aldhund is well known within Earl Ethelwulf's court. If you want to discuss plans of attack, the best approach towards sharpening your weapons and wit, you go to him. It is a highly sought after skill, and sometimes that intrigues me. So I don't think it's silly. Like I think I would be honest that I desire him at my court, and I would ask. Earl Ethelwulf addresses me directly. My friend, I have been contemplating the matter and have come to the conclusion I cannot agree to this request. Ealdholm is far too valuable in my court. His gaze starts wandering around the room awkwardly. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, I was honest that I wanted him, and he was honest he wanted to keep him. That feels like... that's... yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Nope, that's a respectable transaction right there. Respectable interaction. So he has more wealth than he should, I think, by his taxes, but I don't think so. I don't think so. He gets to spend his money however he wants. Maybe he's, like, giving less to the poor or something. I think his windows are perfectly acceptable. It is time for tribute. And he has given me appropriate tribute. Thank you, friend. Off to the new guy. He has accepted me and given me all of the pomp I deserve. Earl Bethertrick. Thank you. I can not pronounce this guy's name to save my life. I haven't even made up a good pronunciation for it. Bethertrick, I think, will be what it is, but that doesn't seem so right. My ride through the grounds of the barony of Wareham is brought to a sudden jolting halt as I feel my prized horse stumble over a rock. Though it is quick to recover, I am momentarily thrown off balance. I can hear some members of my profession snickering behind me. I feel a little embarrassed, but I know, really, it isn't the animal's fault. A duke is meant to give off an air of untouchable regality and command the respect of all his subjects, and this incident has thrown off my image of perfection. No. Everyone makes mistakes. No, we're not killing the animal just because it tripped. Are you kidding? During the tour of the barony of Wareham, I am locked in a conversation with my steward, Earl Bethertrick, about God's divine plan for humanity when he is interrupted by one of his courtiers. Although the lowly courtier spoke completely out of turn, Earl Bethertrick of Dorset strangely did not chastise her and allowed her to speak directly to me. Though what she has to say is quite interesting, this breaking of social etiquette has caught me quite off guard. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I'll learn. Gain noble tutoring. Nice. I'm glad that I don't take that. I'm glad that I was soft about that, because that's a nice benefit. No new wars. He's still fighting though. It's been basically forever. You're gonna fight that war forever? Nothing up here. All right. On my tour of Dorset, I found a rare moment where I'm not being ferried around by my host or being expected to make an appearance anywhere. I see places of worship filling up for the day, taverns beginning to welcome their earthly drinkers, and beggars lay on the streets pleading for just a crumb to eat. A census must be conducted. That's not me. I should spend a day in God's presence. That's more my grandfather than me. An excellent opportunity for charity. Huh. You know, I'm not actually particularly charitable. You know, I think we're gonna spend some time in the church. We may not be as religious as our grandfather, but we're still somewhat religious. I mean, he was a major influence in us. During our tour of Wareham, I am locked in. It's this one again. It's women. The woman is not allowed to. This is the opposite version of it. So the first time he let her speak, and then this time he's not. I guess he realized his mistake. So he's gonna lose 15 opinion of me if I take her. I'm not gonna change my mind and do this like last time. This isn't it. Okay, so just for consistency's sake, even if these weren't things that my traits didn't like, I have to say this because, I mean, I refused to make it her problem the first time, and I definitely wouldn't double down to make it a crime. I'm not crazy. I'm not arbitrary like my grandfather. I'm not fickle or anything. So I guess we're gonna take her. Join me at my court. Oh, another freaking. We're creating a collection of sadistic women. We just we're collecting them. We have the full set soon. A new stewardship perk. All right, professional workforce it is. This is a long tour, but that's okay because we need the prestige. Have we got? Not quite illustrious still. Oh, the Civil War is broken out. So they did take advantage of his war to break out the Civil War. We gotta finish the tour though, so that's a thing. We're not gonna go to war in the middle of our tour. We're patient. There'll probably still be a chance after the tour is over, and if there isn't, there'll be a chance later. Earl Bethetrick is showing me around Dorset. We come to a military training grounds. All his men at arms have assembled, and the air is buzzing with anticipation. Bethetrick cracks a toothy grin. My liege, we have heard so many stories of your great prowess. I would be remiss to pass an opportunity to show these soldiers what real sparring session looks like. Would you spar with Bethetrick for the good of the realm? I am not. I feel like I'm being mocked. Prowess and martial. Okay. I mean, I can get Geralt to do it for me. I don't gain any advancement to my Grand Tour if I do, but I get out of the situation where I could lose, and I don't need it because we have so many people to do and we're already at 3, so we're gonna get our friend to do it. It's time for tribute, and he has given the appropriate tribute. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Time to go and visit my young uncle down here in the south. A winged thief. Oh, God. I am stirred from my relaxing trip across the great blue sea by a sudden shriek. I sprint into the stores below decks, and I'm horrified to find a Turok beside the shredded remains of our supplies, its feathers stretched thin against its foul, bloated belly. In my rage, I could have killed the repugnant thing. Is this child speaking again? Am I losing my mind? Listen, okay, who are you, child, that speaks with the voice of a grown woman at the age of what? Who are you? I'm gonna show mercy because I'm just having visions of children speaking out loud. And I feel like the last time I said it was the wind, and this time I gotta take it seriously. Okay, we seem to have lost weight. No. We're never becoming the steward of England, okay? Are you literally gonna here? I don't like this. Listen. Okay? This is not England. Alright? I know you think this is England, but this is not England. You can battle here, but you can't siege my places. I receive a welcome worthy of a duke at the gates of Earl Ferverdin's castle in Penthervere. Pentavray. I don't know what this, I don't know how to pronounce this. We'll figure this one out because we're gonna have to say this one a lot. So we're gonna go and find out what this is later. All right, my uncle. He still likes me a lot. He's not doing that great. That's fine. It's fine. It's definitely not our fault that he's not doing so great in his education. Okay, we're just gonna back you off. Okay, our Grand Tour has become more majestic. There we go. We could now disband that and go back to the tour. Gonna just come right back, because if you come right back, I'll do it again. Another evening of merriment draws to a close, and I have found myself locked in conversation with Mordred of all people. Okay, well, who is this guy? He is a people. Okay, everyone's gonna listen to our conversation. It's time to tell a story. I'm not gonna tell us any tragic stories. That was my grandfather's life. We're gonna talk about something light. My story was boring. What? Listen. That's wrong. You know, I have a bone to pick with my liege. Seriously, he should be preventing these sieges of my territory. You know, it is his job as my liege to prevent stuff like this from happening. His war should not be spilling into my peaceful domain. You know, somebody might just declare independence over something like this. That being said, if my liege won't do anything about it, I will happily continuously do this if that's your way. It's fine. It seems I'm not the only honored guest at Earl Ferverdin of Pennever's court. This evening I have sat beside the fascinating Arnault, and our conversation has left me feeling most elated. My skills in the matter of war are legend, Duke. If you'd have me, I'd gladly lend those skills to you. So this guy has no home of his own. He has a 12. He's okay. Like, he's not as great as he says he is. But also, I'm trusting, and he claims to be great, so I'm going to take him at his word and invite him. You know? My courtier, Leferic, has approached me, claiming to have been given Earl Ferverdin of Penthever's permission to come join his court in place of my own. Who are you? Go where your heart pleases. You're not that important, man. Go as you wish. You didn't want to stay around anyway. You were definitely on the list of people who wanted to go, so you go. We need to disband again. I wonder if they'll just come back as soon as I disband again, like last time. An attempt on my life. Traveling through the woods, my retinue was accosted by bandits. They were not after gold, but attacked outright. The good thing none of them were left standing at the end, for their single-minded attack almost got the better of me. Who is trying to murder me? What? Alan? No, it better... No, Alan. No, you wouldn't. He's my only rival, right? Yeah, you, Alan. Alan, there are things that you can't take advantage of my forgiving nature over, and one of them is attempts of murder. Dude, I hope not. I hope not. I hope it wasn't. I hope not. No, I hope not. Okay. Dinner this evening is a little different from what I'm used to. The cook lackadaisically drops the bowl in front of me, and I am immediately met with the most unworldly aroma I've smelled in my life. The dish from the depths of hell is offensive to all the senses. Some slimy gray substance sits in its pale, frothy broth like an untended chamber pot, with a single sprig of herb placed atop. A futile effort to make the thing look appetizing. Let's do it. Hey, it was good. Huh. It's time for tribute. You of all people? It's fine. Again, I will leave with forgiveness in my heart. So let's just pardon him. Just pardon him. Just leave with forgiveness in our heart. Head over to the territory of the possibly treacherous Alan. It could be some foreigner. Oh, you gonna do it again, dude? Nobody's home. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. Where did you go? Huh? Where did you go? You're home. Oh, that was my fault. That's not your fault. Okay, buddy, that one was me. Okay, I couldn't help it. Okay, I get it. I get it. It was my fault. That was definitely my fault. Let's investigate. I did literally raise the army immediately. Oh, derelict ship riches. Just as everyone has assumed there was no survivors of the wreck. However, the clothes and goods left on the corpses would indicate this was once a wealthy trading ship. Among the wreckage, I see exotic goods and luxurious clothing still intact, save for being a little wet. No doubt these will fetch a good price once we make it ashore. Ah, wealth. Yeah, that was my fault. That was my fault. I'm sorry, man. I blamed you for that, and it was me. It was 100% me. Yeah, I totally raised an army, summoned you to serve as a knight, and then got mad when you weren't here to host me at your house. That's on me, bud. That's on me. This whole thing, like, reset part of the tour? And I teleport... Maybe they won't... No, they're not giving... I was gonna say, maybe they'll give me another chance? I get forgot this part over here? That's odd. Okay, well, we'll just disband this again. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I just don't want them to be like sieging down Gloucestershire. I just don't want that to happen. It's not your fault. It's every version not your fault. So these are going badly for him. He may still be in 2 wars once the time comes for me to make a decision. Grand Tour Cultural Festival in Morgannwg. The streets of Morgannwg are richly decorated for my arrival, and my vassal, Lord Arthfael, dutifully awaits me. Let's start. I love the Welsh. Our glory is widely known. We are now illustrious. Great. Oh, Rickett, you are such a good kid. Look at all the skills you're learning on my tour. It's neat to know that taking kids on tours with you helps you to raise your kids. That's neat. Off in a remote corner of the festival, I find an elaborately decorated tent. The materials and patterns are alien to me, so different from what I've seen back home. Its owner is stranger still, smiling at me above knowingly clasped hands. Ah, a duke. I see much in your future. Give me a coin and I will tell all. Yeah, a coin you shall have. I don't know if I'm superstitious. I don't know if I believe in fortune tellers to the degree that I accept this. At the same time, superstitious is like the roller coaster. It's plus stress gain, plus stress loss, right? Yeah. I think we do this. I think we do this. Yeah. We'll go see the Welsh fortune teller. They might have something true to say. Plus, learning that we're superstitious is very useful for our roleplay in the future, so that's great. I follow Lord Arthfael as he shows me the way around the festival, and now, he announces, as we enter the castle grounds, what I expect to be a pleasant surprise. I raise my eyebrows to find a marvelous fountain, all in white stone, with a silver pipe and a copiously running with clear juice. Some people gather around it, laughing and throwing coins into the well. Let us drink together. It'd be a waste not to make a wish. I think we're gonna drink together. Let us drink together, old man. And my wife is pregnant again. I do like the cultural festivals. Or nobody's sieging me, right? There's nobody else sieging me. That's not happening. It's the streets hanging with tapestries. Ah, the smell of freshly cooked chicken. The way Morgannwg shines during this time of year. What singing, shouting, and revelry. My lord, come celebrate with us. Lord Arthfael, with a welcoming smile, he says it. In the square, the locals have gathered and they dance amid the pungent aroma of spiced wine and a bowl of stew. Such a lovely celebration. I love the idea of our culture acceptance increasing. That really helps me with my vassals, especially if I do the north thing up there. Let's drink some mead. I don't need stress loss, so we're gonna just enjoy the celebration in general. Okay, Mayor Finn invites me to join a cultural parade. He assures me that Lord Arthfael watched over the preparations to give me the best parade the Lordship of Morgana could offer. As he speaks, a couple of locals display some kind of handcrafts. It's nothing I've never seen before. I'm quite disappointed, to be honest. This is the son, right? This is Arthfael II. So probably who will follow after him. Is he the actual heir, or is he the second son? He is the heir. Right? No, he is the heir. Still, this guy is more of my generation. In fact, we are very close in age. Well, his brother is close to my age, too. I think I would learn something from him. I think that's what we'll do. We'll talk to him about his culture, increasing the cultural acceptance even more. Probably getting super high now. Let's just look. This is a fast way to get to Welsh. Oh yeah, 94%. We're very culturally. We're very much the same people at this point. All right. Despite our best age, try one more time. That could have been anyone. Could have been anyone. Nobody's sieging me. That's good. Okay, as I promenade around the festival, I notice a hooded figure selling flasks whose liquid cannot be told. Come buy my medicines, my lord. They work miracles and balance the humors, even of the weakest man. Okay, so I am now superstitious, so likely I'm going to do this. I am going to drink the green. Actually, I'm going to drink the green medicine. We gained a miraculous tonic. What does that actually do? I still have the bad omen. Oh, stress gain down. That's cool. All right, time for tribute. And he has given me the appropriate tribute. Great. Consider the armor gone for a price. I probably will have him join us. I don't know. I'm trusting. Yeah, I believe him. So we'll help him out and have him join us. The stage in Caerphilly. The stage in Caerphilly has been set up with hay, flowers, and interesting guests. 3 different cows stand in the center, accompanied by their proud owners. Lord Arthfael gestures me from the other end of the dais. Ah, there is our judge. Welsh cows are the prettiest. The comely one has a familiar beauty. And the left one, obviously, crowned ugly animal. I think we're going to take the middle one. I think we can afford 10 opinion from him in order to get the popular opinion. Okay, let's just get rid of this. So we have to fight this guy. How good is he? I hate the fact this makes you run them over. But I'm just going to do this, just assuming it doesn't make us run them over, because I don't like the fact it makes you run them over. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why we're running people over instead of finding other solutions. Offering guardianship? Decline. That is a good reminder, though, that he's probably going to be ready for a guardian soon, but he does not yet have his trait. So he is not yet ready. Lowly delicacy. On our way through Warwickshire, we appear to have stumbled on a local food market. I am going to not eat the garbage. No, I think I'm going to have my bowl of stew. Oh, I got a nauseating meal. Okay, well, this has been up and down with food. That one was really good and the other one was bad. And we finish our grand tour with a huge amount of prestige gained. Magnificent liege gained, which gives us some development growth in the realm capital, which is really great. Lots of control spread out. And a bunch of renown. That should push us over getting the next trait. Let's finish it. Oh, no, it doesn't, because it happened before. Just looking at this. Who do we want to pardon? Who is this? What did they do? Oh, we need to pause for a second so I can actually look at this. What did she do? It's not telling me what she did. Oh. It's obviously she's a fornicator. I don't care about that. That's not a thing that you get in trouble for in this domain. That's for sure. So yeah, let's see how the King of England is doing. He's got 2 wars going on and they're not going great for him, I don't think. No, not at all. Both he and his ally are definitely reduced, so I think this is our striking time. A declare war for independence. We're going to call in the King of Brittany, and we're going to call in Duke Renard the Merciful, our uncle. Hopefully we get him in before the king can call in his liege. Come on. There we go. And with that, I think we're going to bring this episode to a close. We have pushed hard, we did our grand tour, and now our king is vulnerable to our independence war, fighting off 2 other wars at the same time. Our patience has served us well, and it is time to strike like the adder. Or some other dangerous striking animal. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time we are here with Duke Ordgar, soon to be Petty King Ordgar of Cornwall. Goodbye for now.